Greater Orlando for our first ever Giving Day. We are so excited to be here with our friends from Woofing Bakery. We are here for our doggy play hour, half hour here. So we're going to be here seeing some fun dogs playing around. We're going to talk a little bit about these dogs. We're going to talk about some fun stuff with Woofing Bakery. If you haven't been tuning in all day, today we are trying to raise $300,000 for Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando. To help us support all the work we do here in our shelter to rescue these dogs and cats and all of the other programs we do to help pet owners in our community. We are about 75% to our goal. We're at $225,000, which is amazing. So thank you if you've made a donation so far. If you haven't, there is still time. And today is the best day to make a donation because your donation will be matched by the Sherry Chapel Cooper Foundation. So your $50 becomes $100, your $10 becomes $20. So if you want to go ahead and make a donation, it will be doubled, so that's twice as much support to help the dogs and cats here at Pet Alliance. So thank you again if you have done so, and we appreciate it if you are willing to do so. But with no further ado, I want to introduce our friends here at Woofing Bakery who are sponsoring our doggy playtime. So who would like to speak here?
I'm taking this one.
All right, so
Grooming Bakery has 25 locations here in Central Florida. We have premium pet foods, lots of toys and treats. All of our franchise owners are
a little louder, sorry.
All of our franchise owners are well versed in pet nutrition, so you can visit with them and talk to them about all your pet's needs. And we also offer salon style grooming, so by appointments only, so your dog doesn't have to be away from you for too long.
If you, from now until October 10th, the first 25 shelter dogs that get adopted will receive free treats, free Woofing Bakery treats for a year, as well as free back and nail trim.
Did you say for a year?
For a year. So if you are in the mood to add a new furry family member to your family, now's the time to do it because you get some great special bonus gifts from Woofing. So we have 3 dogs here out in our play yard. So I'm going to introduce Christina, who is one of our staff people here, to talk a little bit about playtime and what the dogs are doing, and maybe introduce the dogs if we can get them to stop for a minute.
Yeah, so welcome to play groups. This is something we like to do for our dogs to provide enrichment, gets them out of their kennel, it gets them physical and mental stimulation. Playtime with the dogs is the best thing we can possibly provide for them. So these are 3 of our dogs in play groups right now. We have Goofy over there getting some love from Steve. He's what we call a playgroup rock star.
What is that?
Not me.
Goofy, he's great for introducing new dogs. He gets along with pretty much everybody. No issues whatsoever. So if you're looking for a dog who's friendly with other dogs, Goofy's your man. And then over here getting treats, we have Duke. He's a 1-year-old guy, very, very active. He was one we were able to actually evaluate using playgroups, so we learned that he's very friendly, loves to play with other dogs.
It helped him open up a little bit
definitely.
too, right?
And then this sweet little girl is Wiggles.
So clearly you love Goofy.
Yes, I love Goofy.
Calling him the rock star the whole time. So what is it about the play groups that helps the dogs while they're at the shelter? Why do we encourage it?
So one, it's great exercise. A half hour of playtime with other dogs is the equivalent of like 2 hours of a walk. We can get out multiple dogs at one time, so it saves our volunteers some effort. Dogs love to communicate with one another, so they get more mentally out of playtime with other dogs than they do with humans. So dogs that enjoy playing with other dogs, this is great for them to give them a good break from shelter life and keeps up their social skills while they're here.
Maybe you can Woofing talk a little bit about their treats.
Ooh, let's see what kind of treat. Is this a little treat tasting?
This is, yeah. So right now we're doing our pumpkin treats just in time for fall, right? Pumpkin's really good for sensitive stomachs or for puppies, so it's good for all ages. These are also nice and soft, so they break up pretty easy. So we've got these here. We've got our cheese and bacon little bites, our cinnamon oatmeal. So these are all some of our signature gourmet cookies that we have in all of our locations. They're baked in our Woofing Bakery with dog ingredients, although they're good enough for people to eat. So always a big hit with the dogs, and obviously these guys are loving them here today. So that we brought some extra.
Can we do a comparison of like a pumpkin and a cheese? I'm sure it'll be the same reaction, but fun. She already sat. She's like, I know.
She's really good at sitting. You can tell she's already doing good. So we're gonna do our pumpkin one first. Looks like that one went over pretty well.
Number one hit.
You know shake? You know shake yet? Not yet. That's a good one. And that was our cheese and bacon. So it looked like she loved them both.
That was a 10 out of 10.
Yes. 10 out of 10 points.
10 out of 10 wiggles. She's like, I'll sit next to anyone for her treats.
In front of anybody. She's gonna sit next to everyone to see who's got the treats.
It's like, I see that entire long table full of treats.
It's been a buffet here today so far. They keep jumping up and trying to go for some treats. So looks like it's been popular.
Very cool. Oh, they see the ducks. Very cool. Hey, Goofy, do you want to try some treats? Goofy, pop up. You want to try? Do you want to try some treats?
Goofy seems to be a little more picky here today, but he seems to like the pumpkin ones.
Who doesn't? Oh, and stolen.
There you go.
Yay.
So do we know how old these guys are here today? How old is Wiggles?
Wiggles is a year. Duke is around a year. Goofy's a little older. He's 5. He's 5. Yeah, he's older. I'm thinking 2 or 4.
So who's been here the longest?
Duke's probably been here the longest. He was originally with us as a puppy and then came back as an adult. And since he is a little more high energy, he's a little harder to adopt out.
Right.
But now that we know he's great with other dogs, he could potentially go to a home with another dog to get some of that energy out.
Right. So what do you normally do in a play group? Because I know it's kind of regimented at first when the dogs are first interacting.
So we will initially do a meeting at the gate, kind of let them get the feel for one another. When they first come in, we'll have them on leashes just for safety. And then as we watch them play, as we watch them relax a little bit, we can take the leashes off and let them kind of free roam.
They're all so exhausted now. They were running around earlier.
As you can see, it wears them out very quickly, which is why it's so great for them to do this in the shelter.
And it's clearly a very big crowd pleaser to see all the dogs interacting at once, because this is shelter property, and then right across the street we have Orange County, so anyone can come up and see the dogs acting pretty amazingly with one another.
Definitely the highlight of my day. I love watching dogs play.
So Woofing has some custom-made popsicles here. So why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what these are, and is it something people can make at home?
Yeah, so we made some special pumpkin treats again. We're really leaning into the fall theme here today. So we picked up some primal goat's milk and also some primal pumpkin mix. It's available at all of our 25 Central Florida locations. And we just put them in a popsicle mold with a bully stick here on the end to make a special fall treat. And this is definitely something you can make at home by picking up ingredients at your local Wolfgang. She's going to go for the whole thing here. She's really into it. So you can see we have the pumpkin at the end and then the goat's milk down here. The goat's milk is full of probiotics. We also put some cinnamon in there to make them pretty tasty.
They're great for digestion, so if you got an upset tummy, these are great.
Yeah, that's what you want.
So they're good for upset stomachs?
Yep, because the pumpkin in it is great. So if you've got a dog who may have an upset stomach, but you want to treat them to something a little special, the probiotics in the goat's milk will help, and the pumpkin can help soothe the stomach as well.
You want to go for the
Not really
bully
sure.
stick?
It's like, I'm tired, man.
You go to town, dude.
I like to taste everybody's pie.
We call these the babysitter because it'll take them some time to get through. So if you need to have them hang out in the patio and keep them cool outside, especially as it starts to cool off outside.
Ooh, look at her go. She doesn't even care that it's cold. Yeah. Well, her teeth.
You want the bully stick.
So why goat's milk? Just out of curiosity.
So goat's milk is one of the most universally accepted milk by all mammals. And like Sam said, it's also really good for digestion. So that's why we utilize it as a prebiotic, as a probiotic. It keeps their gut health happy and is super digestible by the dogs.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be taken as a treat. A lot of people just put it in their dog's kibble to soften it up for older dogs, or just to add a little something to their everyday diet.
Wow. Oh, we have WFTV 9 Family Connection saying, look at those. They look like such good dog treats.
I know. I almost want to take it by myself. But
Yeah. They are really pretty. They look like a tequila sunrise, but for a dog. In the opposite direction.
And then, of course, you have the bully stick in there. That's going to give them something to chew on and keep their teeth nice and clean. Give them something to work on for a little bit and fulfill that need to chew and to pull stuff apart. So, got all kinds of good stuff in here.
Very cool. Wiggles is just like, I'm going from
Yes.
popsicle to
Never been a
popsicle.
change your life.
Yeah. This is Wiggles' best day.
Well, this is just such a treat for them too, because they spend a lot of their time in the kennels. So it's just like Christina said, a welcome break from shelter life. Very cool. Are there any other popsicle flavors you guys can recommend?
I'm sure, yeah. So you can mix anything that's basically
Oh,
All right, I think we're done with the food.
oh, here we go.
They were that tasty.
Yeah.
They were that tasty. So yeah,
Wiggles.
you can mix any liquid products
I know we were ready for him.
and make a popsicle out of it. So we have
I'm doing it again.
bone broth at a lot of our stores.
Yeah.
We make really good popsicles. We also have canned food that you could use, some different mussels and different frozen things you can put in there. So yeah, anything that's liquid you can throw in there as long as it's dog safe. Maybe like some unsalted broth you have in your pantry, you make your own. So absolutely.
That's good. Can you explain what just happened, Christina? Just so no one is scared for the dogs or for us.
So that was just a little bit of resource guarding. So one dog told the other to back off from her stuff, so she just gave him a little correction. We stepped in to kind of help make that correction clear, so it did not escalate. So it smoothed over very nicely.
Now they're running around again.
Yeah.
Like dogs do.
We finished it.
Kind of like siblings.
Stay away from my pups.
Don't take my M&Ms.
Buddy?
Hey, sweetness.
Well, Wiggles is clearly the eater.
Wiggles will protect her food. She is small and mighty.
Yes.
You know, that's what dogs do sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's been, they love, so we have a garden here. We grow our own pumpkins and sweet potatoes and pineapples. So I don't think we grew pumpkins this season, but we typically make our own. We can make our own pumpkin puree. You can go get it from Wolfgang, which is great. But dogs love those kinds of frozen treats, especially in the summertime, whether they're in a shelter or at home. You can actually take a couple slices of pineapple, put them in a little like mold pop as well. Dogs love pineapple. It's very refreshing and light, and like he called it, the babysitter. They can sit. It's like any kind of like Pong style thing where you can put peanut butter or something in it, where they can sit and play with it and lick it and do all that for a while. They love it, and as you can see, they had plenty for all three. But sometimes you only want the one that your sibling has. The other two just don't taste as good, and so. The little girl, she said, no, back off, this is my pop. And that's good, but as you can tell, then they just go right back to being dogs. That's why I always say it's kind of like siblings fighting over the, I was going to say Atari remote. Wow. It's like PlayStation.
He
we're getting it old school here.
So all these dogs are obviously available for adoption here.
Yes.
Today, right?
Oh, Cuddy.
Tomorrow, Saturday. If you adopt one of them, you get a year's worth of dog treats. That's kind of cool.
Can use that.
Yeah.
Wiggles
Champion
certainly
eater.
would like a year's worth of dog treats. She might try to eat them in a month, but so that's on you. And there are, I'm gonna guess, there are instructions on dog treat bags about how many treats you should feed your dog in a day.
Yeah, absolutely. We have recommended feeding guidelines on our bags for sure. This is definitely a treat, not a meal. So you do want to do those sparingly.
So that
Wiggles is not listening.
you and I. So today it's like Thanksgiving. We're gonna get.
It is our birthday.
It is our birthday, so we give you a few extra treats because you're really good. You have a soft mouth. You take it. You don't bite. You're not. You're very good with taking the treat, and you know to sit. So you've had some good training.
Yeah. And this is a little bit of a different setup for Wolfgang because they've historically been sponsors at Furball of our Cuddle Lounge.
Yeah. So normally Wolfgang is inside at the Four Seasons in a lovely venue, all dressed up in tuxes and gowns, playing with puppies. So
This is better.
our team
This is
today got
On the road for today.
our team today got custom shirts.
Look at that.
Yeah. They made these for them and us. So I did break my rule. It's Tuesday I'm wearing pink, not Wednesday, because it's October 3rd. Is that?
Oh,
Almost.
it's October 3rd.
yeah.
Almost.
Wow.
So
Almost October.
I'm pulling out all my Mean Girl quotes.
There you We wear a lot of pink at Wolfgang Bakery, so it doesn't matter what day of the week.
Everyone looks good in pink.
So I'm
And
saying.
we only brought 3 treats, but we have over 20 different flavors, so we have a little bit for everybody. And we don't just have softies. If your dog prefers a crunchy bone or a bigger treat, we've got over 20 flavors in our location, so there's plenty to choose from.
Woo, look at him go. Second wind. It's all those treats. Woo. It's hard to keep up with them. Uh-oh. Duke is a little
But it
excited.
looks like I can eat this.
Yes. They're all human grade
We've all
ingredients,
tried
so
them.
we've tasted pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
Maybe not the cheese and bacon. Yeah, the cinnamon oatmeal is pretty good. That's a good one.
Do you guys have dogs and what's their favorite treat?
Oh yes, I've got 2 smaller dogs at home. They love any Wolfgang Bakery treat I bring home, so I've always got to have a stash on hand. I have a French Bulldog mix and a little Beagle mix, so they love any treat that I can bring home for them.
Right. Hey guys. Alrighty. Well, I think that there's a surprise behind us.
There is. Wolfgang surprise. So just like we said earlier, all of these dogs that you're seeing at playtime are adoptable here at Pet Alliance. To adopt a dog at Pet Alliance is a very simple process. If you go onto our website, petallianceorlando.org, and you click on the adopt button, you'll be able to see all the dogs available, both in Orlando and in Sanford and in some of our foster homes. So you can go, you can check out the dogs, and right now we're doing adoption visits by appointment only, so you can make an appointment to see a specific dog if you were interested in one, or you can make an appointment just to come in and peruse the shelter and see what's available, and that's for dogs and cats. If you find a dog you like, it's as easy as making that decision that day. We have great volunteers and staff that'll help you through the process, answer any questions you have, and then you can take that dog home with you. We also have Christina that you met today. She's our behaviorist on staff. And she's wonderful. So even after you get the dog home, if you have questions or problems or something that you need a little help with, we are always here for you to help make sure that it's the smoothest transition possible for you and your new pet. And like Wolfgang said easier. I'm sorry, Wolfgang wants to come out like Mozart. But Wolfgang is today for the first 25 shelter dogs that get adopted from Pet Alliance, they're providing a year's worth of free treats. They're providing also some free grooming for you. And once you adopt, you'll get an email from them letting you know about it. So we're so grateful for them and all their support. And it looks like they have kind of a little bit surprise for us today.
Yeah, so we've had so much fun here today, hanging out with everyone and getting to know our new friends on your first annual Giving Day, hopefully not to be the last. So we wanted to go ahead and present Pet Alliance with this check to our donation for $5,000. We really appreciate all the work you do, and we want to do our part as Central Florida's neighborhood pet store to make sure you guys keep doing all the good work you're doing here. So we really appreciate it.
And it's matched.
We were going to say yes, so it should be matched as well, so we appreciate all those matches.
Awesome.
And make sure you guys get your donations in today. We still are trying to hit our goal, so we need to make sure we can get all the way up to the goal and then pass that, so we can keep doing all these good things out here. If you see any of the dogs that we've been playing with, Wiggles, who loves our treats, make sure you come take a look and stop by and maybe take one of these for your friends home. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. And hopefully we'll see you again
Thank
soon.
you guys.
And make sure you stop by Wolfgang Bakery after you stop here to pick up your furry friends so we can spoil them.
Yes, we love to spoil your pets. So.
How many Central Florida locations do you have?
We've got 25 Central Florida
So
locations.
wherever you live,
Yep,
there's
you're
one
pretty
near
much
you.
covered wherever you're at. So you can check us out online, wolfgangbakery.com. There's a locations app. You can see which one is closest to you. But we're pretty much got you covered no matter where you live in Central Florida. So looks like we're getting ready to play out here in the rain and have a splash party. So thank you guys so much. We appreciate it, and we're glad to
Thank
be
you for
here.
having us.
Thank you.
Everybody. Who knew our cat was so poor?